Hi everyone, Hillary and TT here. It's the end of February, and if you didn't already know, February is Pet Dental Health Month. So a lot of the vets, if you ask them, will actually have a discount in February. So if you need a dental, and sometimes you just do, there are some things that I want to talk about dental health. So my dogs don't have a lot of tartar. Maybe you can see, she was showing you. TT did need a dental this year because two of her incisors were really loose, and that's very common for small dogs, and she has very tiny teeth, so those had to be removed, and then she got a light polishing. But other than that, no, their teeth were pulled. So you'll see a lot of things at pet stores that say good for dental cleaning, great for cleaning teeth. You have to be really careful about what it says in the front of the bag because there aren't many regulations on pet food or pet treats. Shocker. So if you pick up something and it says great for teeth, flip over that bag and look at the ingredients. A lot of times you will see ingredients that don't make sense when you think of cleaning teeth. So the first ingredient listed is the most stuff that's in that product. So if you take a look at some of these samples that I found at a local store by me, the first ingredient is usually potatoes, peas, wheat, corn, and a bunch of other things. So when you think about it, if you rub mashed potatoes all over your teeth, it's not really going to clean them. It's actually going to leave a residue on your teeth and build more tartar. And you have to actually look at more of the ingredients because a lot of these treats hide sugars in them. And they'll be listed as different type of sugars. Sometimes you'll have palm sugar, cane sugar, molasses, regular just high fructose corn syrup even. You can't clean teeth with a product that's loaded with sugar. So be careful what you buy in stores, and the best things that I can recommend for teeth are actually edible chews and bones. So not every dog is great with edible bones. You'll have to be careful with your dog. If your dog is a gobbler, I'd recommend getting, it's not really a toy, but it's something that goes around the bone so they can't gobble it down all in a few bites. And then it stays on there, and then you can take that last piece of bone that's left and throw it away. So what the dogs here eat, or should I say the crew here eats, is chicken feet, and I usually buy them at the pet store, and they're Answer's fermented chicken feet. They also sell pig feet, but those are more for bigger dogs, those are a little too big for these tiny mouths. And we also do chicken necks. So those bones are digestible and they're edible bones, and they can eat them whole. My dogs are also used to eating bones, so if you have a dog that eats kibble, their stomach acid is actually not as acidic, so you want to be careful with that. And if you don't want to feed your dog bones, if it's just too scary for you, then that's fine. There are also other chews that you can buy, like tracheas and bully sticks, beef gullets I was able to find at that store. And those are all things that chewing motion will actually break up the tartar on the teeth. And that is a big part of getting the tartar off the teeth, is just that constant rubbing. So if you want to brush their teeth, we brush teeth every night. I think you've seen it before in one of our reels, but Libby loves it. TT does not, but she seems excited right now, which is kind of funny. So I use an enzymatic toothpaste. There's a couple different brands. Basically, even if you didn't want to use toothpaste, if you just bought that toothbrush, that brushing motion will actually get rid of a lot of tartar. But we use toothpaste, just because it gives them a little fresh breath at the end of the day, and who doesn't love that when you're going to sleep and getting a kiss? There's also some other things on the market. There's some algae. This is the same kind of algae that's in Plack Off. I add it to their food because it's homemade and they need a source of iodine, which is high in. So I don't really know how well it cleans teeth, but you know what? It can't hurt. And if you're making a homemade food, you do need a source of iodine. And also there's some dental drops that Dr. Judy Morgan has made that you can just drop into the mouth before you go to bed and you're not gonna feed your dog again. And those can just sit in the mouth and help remove some bad bacteria. What I don't recommend for you guys is anything rawhide. If you've never seen how rawhide is made, I highly suggest you Google it and then throw away any rawhide that's in your house. You don't want to feed them rawhide. The process to make rawhide is extremely high in chemicals, and it's actually really not great for the environment, and you don't want that in your dog. It can cause blockages and a lot of other things. So if you see rawhide or someone gives you rawhide, please throw it away and don't give it to your dog. I would feed my dog a chicken foot over rawhide any day of the week. And those are the best things that I can suggest for you for teeth cleaning. There's additives to water that you'll find in stores sometimes. I don't recommend those as well because if your pet is constantly ingesting those chemicals every time they get a drink, it might be good for their teeth, but it might not be good for everything else in their system. So you want to be really targeted with what you're doing to clean their teeth and let them have fresh water. Questions about some of the products that I talked about, check out below and click some links and you'll be able to find them and research and see if they're right for your crew. And like I said, go slow with bones. If you're not comfortable with it, then you don't have to feed them. You want to feed edible bones with a lot of extra fiber to help them pass as well. So when I feed bones, I make sure they get extra pumpkin in their food just to help everything move along. You never want to feed cooked bones because those can splinter, and splintering inside of your dog's system is not a good thing. So only edible raw bones or freeze-dried bones. You'll be able to find those at some pet stores as well. So happy February, happy Dental Health Month, and keep those little chompers clean because the cleaner they are, the better for them they are. And if you need a dental, guys, if there's too much tartar buildup or you have an infection in the mouth, it's very painful, and you don't want that bacteria sitting in the mouth. It can go into the heart, it can go into other areas of the body and cause a lot of problems. So if you need a dental, anesthesia is nothing to mess around with, but the only way that they can actually see the root of the teeth is to do an anesthesia dental because they have to do x-rays. And the anesthesia-free dentals don't allow vets to do that as of right now. So if you need a dental and there's going to be extractions, look around, find a vet that you trust, and just get that dental because those teeth need to come out before they spread an infection throughout the mouth, and then you lose more teeth. Until then, make sure that you're doing the right things to clean your dog's teeth. And hopefully some of my tips and tricks from the crew will help you keep those pearly whites pearly white. Anyway, thanks for listening to the Chibean Crew vlog, guys, and I hope to see you back here next month.